What if everything you've ever tried to fix, the anxiety, the burnout, the recurring bad days, was being addressed at the wrong level? There's a guided meditation later in this video that might be the most useful 5 minutes you spend today. But first, I want to talk about something most of us already suspect but rarely say out loud. Here's the claim we're going to sit with: most of what we call healing, therapy, medication, productivity hacks, self-help, the better diet, the cleaner morning routine, only rearranges the surface of a problem without ever touching its root. The actual source of suffering isn't living in your body or in your circumstances. It's in the way your mind is interpreting reality, and that, it turns out, is the only place where genuine healing can actually happen. Once that lands, you stop cycling through solutions that just trade one form of discomfort for another, and you start addressing what's actually been driving the pattern this whole time. You know the loop I'm talking about. You finally fix the sleep thing, and then it's the relationship thing. You sort out the relationship thing, and then it's the work thing. You change jobs, and within 6 months the same low-grade dread is waiting for you in the parking lot of the new office. You're not imagining it. The content keeps changing, the texture underneath stays exactly the same. Most of our solutions are really just trades. We swap a louder anxiety for a quieter one. We swap the panic of being broke for the dull weight of a job we tolerate. We swap one unsatisfying relationship for another that's unsatisfying in a more sophisticated way. We tell ourselves this is progress. And in a narrow sense, it is. The edges are smoother, but the felt sense underneath, that hum of something not quite right, it just changes outfits. Think about how exhausting that actually is. The constant scanning, the endless self-improvement project, the quiet suspicion that if you could just optimize one more variable, you'd finally arrive. And then you optimize it, and you don't arrive. You just see the next variable. Here's a picture that might help. Imagine you're watching a movie projected on a screen, and the screen has a crack running through it, right through the middle of every scene. You could repaint the screen. You could patch the crack. You could replace the screen entirely, but the crack keeps showing up because the crack isn't on the screen at all. It's in the lens of the projector. Every image is passing through that flaw before it ever lands on the wall. Our minds work exactly like this. The situations, the relationships, the physical symptoms we're trying so hard to fix, those are the screen. But the pattern we keep seeing comes from somewhere else. It comes from the lens, the layer of interpretation, assumption, and old belief we're unconsciously projecting through. And no matter how many times we repaint the screen, the crack keeps appearing. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's been dealing with chronic headaches for months. She's done the responsible things, seen doctors, tried medications, changed her diet, fixed her sleep, cut back on screens. Each fix gives her a week, maybe 2, of relief. And then the headaches come back, sometimes worse than before. She's frustrated, she's tired, and she's quietly starting to wonder if something is seriously wrong with her. One afternoon, she's sitting at her desk before a difficult meeting with her boss. She feels the headache start to build behind her eyes. And here's what catches her attention. The headache isn't arriving after the meeting. It's arriving the moment she starts dreading it, not even thinking about it consciously, just the faint anticipation of walking into that room. And for the first time, she wonders something different. She doesn't wonder what's wrong with her body. She wonders, what if the headache isn't the problem I'm supposed to solve? What if my body is just reporting something my mind has been running on autopilot, a constant, low-level alarm that no painkiller can reach? That single moment of curiosity, turning the question inward instead of outward, is the entire shift. She didn't fix anything in that moment. She didn't have a breakthrough. She just stopped trying to repaint the screen long enough to notice the projector. Here's where something starts to release. Turning your attention to how the mind is interpreting things is not giving up. It's not spiritual bypassing. It's not telling yourself the pain isn't real. It's the opposite. It's finally aiming the repair at the place where the repair can actually do something. When Sarah sat with that question, what is my mind doing right now? Underneath all this, she didn't discover some dramatic hidden trauma. She discovered something much more ordinary and much more useful. She noticed that for years she'd been moving through her workday in a low-grade state of bracing. A constant subtle preparation for criticism, for failure, for being found out. Her body wasn't malfunctioning, it was responding accurately to a story her mind had been telling on a loop, beneath her awareness, for a very long time. The headache was never the problem. The headache was the report. And the moment she could see that, really see it, not just intellectually understand it, the urgency around the headache started to soften. Not because the sensation immediately vanished, but because the panic about the sensation did. She wasn't fighting an enemy anymore. She was reading a signal. This is what it looks like on a regular Tuesday. You get the email that makes your stomach drop. The old move is to fix the email, respond perfectly, manage the sender, plan 3 steps ahead. The new move is to pause, just for a second, and ask, what is my mind telling me about what this email means? Usually it's something like, this is going to go badly, or I'm in trouble, or I'm not enough for this. The email isn't actually the screen with the crack. The story underneath it is the lens. You have the tense conversation with your partner. The old move is to win, defend, or withdraw. The new move is to notice the interpretation running in the background, the assumption about what their tone means, what their silence implies, what this says about you. That's the projector. That's where the repair belongs. You feel the headache before the hard meeting. You don't have to make the headache wrong. You just get curious about what your mind has been quietly insisting is true. When you start practicing this, something shifts that's hard to describe until you've felt it. The frantic searching slows down. The need to fix every external variable loses its grip. Problems that felt massive and urgent, and they were real to you, quietly stop running the show. Your life on the outside might look almost the same. Same job. Same inbox. Same Tuesday. But you're moving through it without the constant low-grade emergency feeling underneath everything. The hum is gone. Or at least, it's gotten quiet enough that you can hear yourself think. That's the real cure the lesson is pointing at. Not a better version of the dream you've been having. A gentle waking up from it. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take this from an idea you understand into something you can actually feel in your body. The meditation that follows is short, and it's simple, and it doesn't require you to believe anything. It just gives the mind a few minutes to stop repainting the screen and rest somewhere else for a while. If this felt grounding, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. No rush. Just a gentle way to stay connected as we continue. Let's take a few minutes together. Find a position where your body can be still. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. You don't have to sit up perfectly straight. Just let yourself be supported by whatever is underneath you. Close your eyes if that feels okay. Breathe in slowly, and let the breath out all the way. Again. In and out. There's nothing to fix right now. Nothing to figure out, no screen to repaint. For these few minutes, you can put all of that down. Notice where you are. Notice the weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the small sounds in the room. Now, very gently, turn your attention inward. Not to analyze, not to solve. Just to notice. Is there a quiet hum running somewhere underneath your thoughts? A low-grade bracing? A small story your mind has been telling all day. You don't have to name it. You don't have to change it. Just notice that it's there. And then, just for a moment, let it be. Breathe in. Let the breath reach the places that have been holding. Breathe out. Let something soften. You are not your headache. You are not your inbox. You are not the version of yourself you've been trying to fix. Underneath all of that, something quieter is here. It's been here the whole time. Rest there. You don't have to make anything happen. You don't have to feel a particular way. Just be in this small pocket of stillness for a few more breaths. In. Out. If a thought pulls you somewhere, that's okay. Come back to the breath. Come back to this moment. There's nowhere else you need to be. Let the search stop, just for now. Feel how it feels to not be searching. Take one more slow breath in. And one more long breath out. When you're ready, let your eyes open. Let the room come back. Carry a little of this quiet with you into whatever comes next. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles available through the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a simple comment such as, "I am grateful. Thank you for spending this time here. There's a reason you stayed, and it wasn't an accident." Be gentle with yourself today. The kind of healing we're talking about isn't something you force. It unfolds when you stop trying so hard. Whatever Tuesday you're walking back into, I hope it feels a little lighter than the one you left. Take care of yourself.